Shawn Clement again with Donna Norman, part 2 of our little series on how to go from feet together or one leg into feet apart into your golf swing, right? To have the right sequence and the right focus when your feet are apart. Now, the first thing we're talking about is we need to have an action to target at all costs. So what's the difference between at the ball and at the target? So we need to have a really solid grasp about that. And you'll see a nice video entitled Fencing for Power. Got the jelly bean monster over there. That's where our jelly beans go. All right. So we have a nice release of action, of the action of the sword toward the target. So go ahead and do one of those, Donna. So as you notice, when you swing back and through, a good way to make your student aware, go ahead, is you'll notice on the way back, keep going back and through, Donna. Yes, that was good. Now, you notice on the way back, there's a nice release of her left hand over her right hand over here. And on the way through, you want to copy that exact same sensation, which you did brilliantly right there. So now that we have a good feel for that release to target, we're going to show you 2 different step drills to help you turn off the thinking and get your instincts into overdrive, okay? So let's start feet apart, Donna. So Donna's going to show you our version of the elephant walk. So, you know, you're not very elephant-like, Donna, right? I'm a little more of that. So let's say my chest was the elephant's head. My arms were the trunk of the elephant, and my front legs were the elephant's front. My legs are the elephant's front legs. Okay. So, as the elephant swings, the trunk goes one side. Now you're able to take a step and let the trunk swing through. Then you can take a step and let the trunk swing through. All right. So that's our little bilateral action. It's the same thing for a human walk. You'll notice your center of gravity is shared between the feet. So if I wanted to walk forward, I would let my center of gravity fall forward and just catch myself. And I'm perpetually catching myself with my feet. I'm going backwards, I'm going to fall backwards and catch myself this way. Okay? So you notice that the center of gravity goes from one leg and rolls to the other leg, and then it rolls to the other leg. So both legs are sharing in supporting that center of gravity in motion. Okay? So go ahead, Donna, let's do a little demonstration here. So you put 3 balls down. Get the movement going. You want to feel a nice fall release, fall release, fall release. There we go. Super. So you notice on all 3 of those, Donna was looking for a nice release there, and the central nervous system, the instincts, we're putting the ball exactly in the way. She was stepping exactly in the right spot for the ball to be in the way of that particular release. So here's a little exercise I want you guys to do. So we're talking about a release to target. So I want you to have volleyball and a broken tee, right? So go ahead and set up. We're going to use pennies here. This is what we do. So we take a nice release to target. Go ahead. Awesome. Now, if I put a penny down here, Donna, and you visualize a penny being in the way of that release, would you see any kind of resistance being put up down there?
None.
It'd be like hitting air, right? Okay. So let the penny be in the way of your release to the target. All right. So was the release to the target or at the penny?
A little at the penny, actually.
So we want that awareness, right? So did you release at the penny or at the target? So now let's see one where you're getting ready to release at that keep out sign and let it release out there. What a difference. So this is perfect for you guys, right? So even once in a while, we tend to default. You know, we're going, I wonder what they think about my swing out there, right, Donna?
It happens.
Yeah, she's not used to doing videos like me yet. So you'll see one that was released here and one that was released beautifully out there. So let's say we have a volleyball in the way.
Okay.
Okay. Can you already feel the body tense up?
Already, my hands are hurting already.
Right. Okay. So now volleyball is a relatively soft ball. It's pretty light, so it's not really going to hurt you. So you're going to release out there and the volleyball is going to be in your way. Now, because the width of the volleyball is much wider, you're going to play it forward to center. And we're going to be striking the volleyball with the hole from the hosel to the club face, all right? So you're going to set up the club right about here, right in the center, so you feel like it's hovering, you know, from the shoulders. Okay. So now let's see a nice release over there, and let the volleyball be in the way. Awesome. So you released here?
Totally.
Yeah, and the volleyball was in the way. Now this you could compare to, let's say, when you're swinging out of thick rough.
Okay.
You're going to be releasing to the target, and you anticipate more resistance with that thick grass. Bottom line is, you're not trying to get the ball out of the rough. You are swinging to a target. You're going to feel a nice release to your target, and you're going to say, well, how much resistance is this grass going to give me? So now, if I take this ball away and put a golf ball down now, all of a sudden you're relaxed a bit more, no?
Sure. I got this one.
So a nice release to the keep out sign. Super. So we have an action to target, and we have ball and a little bit of grass in the way, or a volleyball in the way. Put different objects in the way, but keep the focus out there, and you anticipate more or less resistance on your way out there. So that's going to, because, you know, in one of my previous videos, we talk about, you know, how we were wired as human beings, right? And it's really worthwhile repeating here, because I haven't repeated in some of my videos in a long time. If Dawn and I, let's say, were walking around 2 million years ago, and I fall down, break my leg, she's got to leave me, right? So now she walks away, sees a bear maul me or whatever. I'm a dead person 2 million years ago if I have a broken leg. So she's going to make sure she lives to see another day by staying healthy. So inside our bodies, inside of our wiring, it's hardwired in there. We have these beautiful self-preserving wires. So let's say you wanted to skip a stone on water. Go ahead. Where did you release the stone? Right there. Your body's facing the target. Your weight's on your front leg. When did the weight get there? Most people get this wrong. They think, oh, I got there when I was over here. In reality, it goes there first, before you throw, so that you can put a platform down so you don't twist an ankle or break a leg. And then your upper body gets to pivot on top of that forward hip, because you're going to hurt yourself if you don't open the body. So the body will open by itself if your focus is out there. Now, Donna, here's your ball. Here's your stone. Face the ball like a golfer. Throw the stone straight down into the ball. Did you have to shift your weight?
No.
Did you have to open the body?
No.
So then the pro says, right, you're not shifting your weight. You're not clearing your hips. Or your good friend says you're not doing that. Well, why would I shift my weight and clear my body that way when that's my target? It doesn't make any sense to your wiring, to your central nervous system. So the central nervous system says, gotcha. Or it says, gotcha. Okay? So you need to be wired, you need to be focused out there to your target and have a nice feel of a release to the target, so that your weight shift and the clearing of your body happens all by itself without you thinking about it. Okay?
We talk this all the time, especially with the newer lady golfers, because they get so centered on the golf ball thinking that that's the target.
Right.
And we just try to emphasize to them, let the target be the target. It's out there, and your focus needs to be letting the club swing toward it.
Exactly. And that's how you're going to be able to bridge the gap between feet together, because you only have one spot to swing to right now, right? So when your feet are together, there's the low points already taken care of. All you got to make sure of is that you're releasing out to the target. Go ahead. So let's do 1 feet together. Beautiful. So you notice how the body organizes itself, turns out of the way so that she has access to that target. If she was going for the ball feet together, everything would stop. The whole body would stop, and that's where you start seeing a little bit of forward, loss of balance. Because as you're going toward the ball, you'll tend to fall on your toes. And when you're swinging toward the target, the body platforms itself before releasing to the target. That's only if you are focused out there and allowing your arms to swing freely out there. So Anything else you want to add?
Even in the swing thought, Shawn mentioned pennies. There are thousands of pennies on our driving range. I use them every day, and I've yet to find a student that it hasn't helped because it takes the focus off the golf ball.
Right.
I can say to them repeatedly, turn, which is the hip turn, skip, so they skip, they get the skipping action, they get contact at the bottom of the ball instead of on the top of it.
Go ahead and demonstrate, Donna.
So it's really a big key and something very helpful. You might even put a few pennies in your golf bag. When you go to the range, skip a few pennies before you even look at a golf ball. What that golf ball is doing is it's screaming your name. We're wired that way. It's a ball, we think we need to hit it. And when we get into that process of hitting, that's when we lose the balance and the timing in our swing. So throw a few pennies down and take those nice, easy tempoed swings just with the very simple thought of turn for the hip turn, which we have to have, and the skip will keep your focus more on a nice light action out to your target. Those pennies offer very little resistance. If the ball was a marshmallow, we'd all be scratch golfers. It's something about the ball that gets into our head, all right? So when you have, we even take the penny, put it behind the actual golf ball to help the ladies focus on skipping the penny, not hitting the golf ball. And through.
You guys hear that? Perfect strike through the penny. So if the sole of the club skips across the penny, then the ball can hit the center of the club face. So putting a ball in the air, that's what we use for our beginner students, or even for our advanced students to get their minds off the ball.
Exactly.
So if you're doing a simple task as just zipping the club and cutting through grass or cutting through that penny, you won't believe the difference that it makes. It actually allows you to get through that golf ball.
And you'll feel it, and that's the real key. We want you to feel your golf swing, feel the tempo going to the target.
Awesome, Donna.
Thanks
so much.
Have a good
All right, till next
Thank
time.
you.